Okay, time to start working on the dimensions of this neck. We will start at the headstock and work our way on down until we start getting our nominal thickness for the headstock. Keep a dial caliber handy and we'll make sure that we get consistent thickness. The easiest way I have found to keep a nice straight line on my neck is to use a piece of angle iron. So I've been using this angle iron since I started making guitars, and man, it works for a nice clean straight line. So I'll find my position, get it clean, straight, clamp down nice, grab my orbital sander. I'll start at 100 grit and then I'll work my way down, typically 200 to 300 grit. But that will get my perfectly straight line for the edge of my neck. It doesn't get much straighter than that. Makes for a nice clean edge, doesn't it? I'll use my sander to shape the heel. Then I'll go up against my body, make sure that it fits nice and clean. I'll use my trusty 1-inch sander to go through all of the shaping of the headstock, get it square and clean, and polish up my corners with it. I just can't say enough about how versatile one of these little tools are. If I go above the little flat back guard that is above the deck, the sandpaper will start to curve from tension and allows me to actually do some rounded sanding just with the open portion of the sanding strip. I'll measure the neck pocket so I know where to start sanding from. Now a coarse grit sandpaper of about 80, and then I will start from heel, work my way to headstock, and start making my shape. Now is where it gets to the fine trimming of a neck. I also have some of those little duplicating gauges so that if I want to match my neck contour, I'll just pick one of my existing guitars and make a copy of it. A lot of times though, I just put it in my hand until it feels right. After I get my general dimension, I'll move on to some hand sanding so that I can feel the contour, feel any sanding lines that didn't get smoothed out, and I'll start getting my finished shape. I'll now use a little bit of 230 and then 360 grit sandpaper to finish out my profile, using my hand to fill those sanding lines as I continue to make sure that I get it down to a nice, smooth, straight, consistent profile. I will go ahead and remove the truss rod and do a little bit of finish sanding with file and with a Dremel to clean up that pocket that spoke nut is going to be resting in, just to make sure we have a nice clean fit finish. A Dremel with a sanding drum on its lowest variable speed setting is perfect for cleaning out this pocket and getting it prepped for final coating. I'll use just a little bit of dye or stain so that I can make that pocket match really well, and the spoke nut will stand out up against that black background. For the finishing touches on this fretboard, I will use a pre-radiused sanding block that I ordered from a guitar supplier. And I'll start with usually a 200 or 300 grit. I'll work my way down to 800 grit sandpaper, and then a 1500, and then maybe a 2000 grit wet sanding paper from an automotive supply. Tad bit of 4/0 steel wool, just so I can feel any imperfections in the surface. And a little bit of love to the headstock. That's pretty much it.